Hi Reddit Recapped here. Today we are going to tell you a collection of stories titled Redditors, what started off as a small lie, but then snowballed into This Is My Life Now. Enjoy our community's stories. As always, stay safe and take care. When I first got married back in 2005, my wife asked me if I like creamy peanut butter. I knew she did, so I told her yeah, that's great. She buys creamy peanut butter, I buy creamy peanut butter. About 3 years ago, she's doing some experiment or something with our daughter, and she needed chunky peanut butter. I saw it in the pantry and exclaimed, "Oh, chunky peanut butter, I love this stuff," to which she responds, "You do? I've been buying creamy peanut butter all these years because you told me that was your favorite." To make the story a little shorter, we both prefer chunky peanut butter by a large margin, but had been buying cream for 10 years because we both thought it was what the other preferred. Reading that back, we're pretty boring people. Yep. I was a new graduate student freshly arrived in the US and very poor, and I couldn't afford a laptop, so the only way I could communicate with my family was to hit up the library and use a public computer to email with them. Eventually my girlfriend back home wanted to Skype, and I wanted a little privacy for this, if you know what I mean, so I set about finding the most private computer available to me in the library. On a recon mission the day before Skype, I located a single computer in a conference room, and the next morning got up at 7 a.m. to account for the time difference and walked into the conference room with my eyes totally focused on the computer. I'd actually walked most of the way in before I realized there was a group of people around the conference table having a ridiculously early morning meeting. The guy at the head of the table, apparently thinking I'd showed up for the meeting, and that I was heading towards him, handed me a paper that said agenda, and said he was so glad a graduate student had shown up, then launched into the most incomprehensible talk about electrodes and chemistry. Meanwhile, I know my girlfriend is sitting halfway around the world thinking we're going to have a sexy time on Skype, and I'm blowing her off, and I'm feeling desperate. But everything I knew about US culture was only based on movies, so I have no idea if I can just apologize and leave or what. I miserably sat down for the incomprehensible meeting, rehearsing all the excuses I can give my girlfriend when we talk later. I was barely paying attention. Eventually questions were directed at me, and I confessed that I'm a new grad student, and I don't know much about the equipment they're talking about. Everyone excitedly tells me all about it, and I still don't totally understand what they mean, except I'm starting to get that they're going on a research expedition to an insanely exciting, inaccessible, dangerous place, and they're building a piece of equipment to bring with them. By the end of the meeting I am part of the project. 6 months later I am in an insanely exciting, inaccessible, dangerous place, helping to operate this equipment. I appear briefly in the background of a Discovery Channel documentary, only black guy with hundreds of miles, so easy to spot. I happily transfer to this other lab and this other field for my fully paid and stipend PhD. I am considered a real go-getter, mainly based on my arrival at an early morning meeting no one else wanted to attend. New major, new field, new life, because I was too awkward to admit I had just been in the room to sexy Skype with my girlfriend. Wasn't a drinker in high school, so to shut down peer pressure, I told them I was born with half a liver, and drinking anything could make me very sick or kill me. The lie just became natural and followed me to college. Was out with some friends playing pool, and decided to have a beer. When I came back, a buddy slapped it out of my hand thinking I was suicidal. Then the explanations began. This marks the end of the collection of stories titled Redditors, what started off as a small lie, but then snowballed into This Is My Life Now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Turn on your notifications and leave a comment to help the channel grow.